Hola amigos! Welcome to Singing Señorita, where I like to share my best lesson plans, tips and tricks that I've learned after 23 years of teaching, and also just some organizational things that I do in my classroom that might actually help you in yours. So today what I wanted to do is explain how I use my label activity packs, because I've got several different versions of them. So what I want to do is show you the art one, but then there's a ton of different ones that I will link in the description. So first of all, I have a page with all of these ideas already written, but I thought it might help you if I showed you how I use them. So first of all, each one of the packs has a vocabulary list. So there's one that has Spanish and English. Put another one out that has Spanish in a blank, because sometimes I don't like to just give them the list. Sometimes we actually do something fun, like one time I played Pictionary, and so they had to guess the picture that was drawn. Another time we played a version of charades. That was fun, and then they had to guess what they were, and then we wrote them down. So I don't always like to give them the Spanish-English list. Sometimes I give them the one with the blanks because we're doing something different. And I will describe in a later video one of the activities that we did that I absolutely loved. But that's for a later time. So the other sheet, this one, if I can get it to focus, has the picture and then the vocabulary words. So some teachers don't like to include the English, so this way you have a picture and then the vocabulary words. What I do with these, because I usually don't give these out for vocabulary, I use these for speaking activities. So I give these out to the students as they come in the door, and then I have them write for their warm-up a question. We practice the vocabulary a little bit. I walk around if kids have questions to see if they wrote their vocabulary sentence or question correctly. And then I have them all get up. They'll quickly pick a partner. They will practice their question. Sometimes I have a bell that I ding when they switch. Sometimes I don't. So it depends on what the activity is. Sometimes if I'm just wanting them to practice the same question and they don't trade cards, then that's an easy one that I can just ding the bell, then move to another partner. Other times what I have them do is I have them ask their question, the other person answer, and then they switch cards. So before they switch cards, I want them to teach the other person the correct answer. I want them to know what the question meant. I want them to go over all the information, so they will need to go at the pace of each other. So the next page in this is a label page. So this one is the same picture, and then it just has a label underneath. With this one, these are what I like to use when I'm going to have a speaking test. Because what I'll do with the speaking test, I have another one of these sheets that is just a picture. So for a speaking test, I will cut these little guys up and just have pictures, and I will stick them in a little basket face down. The students have to pick out a picture, and first of all, they have to tell me what it means in Spanish, and then I'll ask them a question. I'll try to link a video either in the description or in the iCards that will show you exactly how I did my last speaking quiz. So I usually like to do those labels so they get familiar with what the pictures look like that I'm going to show them during the speaking test. Now, that sheet, that's one of the ways I use just the picture cards, is for speaking quizzes. I also will run these off front and back and stick several packs of them in envelopes in the front of the room, so that when people finish early, they have their picture, let me get it to focus, and then they've got the word on the back, so they can practice with flashcards, especially before a speaking test. That also helps before any quiz. Another way that I do them is we play games with them. So I cut them out in two different stacks, one with a picture, one with a word, and then kids play memory. I have them shuffle them all up, turn them all upside down, and within their groups, whoever wins the match game gets a prize. Another set of pages in there are my word walls. So what I like to do with these, I like to put them up before we actually get to the vocabulary, so they're getting to preview the vocabulary. I usually do them on colored sheets and cardstock. I haven't laminated these yet, but I do like to laminate them if I'm going to go through the trouble. So this also works to preview the vocabulary, but when I'm teaching Spanish 2 and 3 and I want to remind students of vocabulary that we're going to be using from the previous year, I also put it up as a word wall because it's not going to be on a quiz or anything, so I can leave it up, but it gives them a chance to review the material that they learned in previous years. So another thing that these packs have, some of them, this art one does not because I did it as a separate one, but some of them have a matamoscas, which I'll show you a picture of that, or maybe even a video clip of my students playing matamoscas. So for that, what I do is project the pictures on the wall. Each one of my students has a fly swatter. I'll call a word, and whoever slaps it first will be the one who wins. Lavarse la cara. Sí. And then if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to project to the wall, you don't have fly swatters, what I play is marcadores. So I'll have those same words. You could even use some of these picture things. You'll have two students, each one with a different color marker. I call out a word, they have to mark the right picture. The first one to get it will keep score. So I expect them to be honest with their scores, and whoever wins gets a prize. So those are just a few of the ideas that I use with my own label and activity packs. It's just a great way because there's a lot of visuals in there to help your students learn the vocabulary in a different way, not just a worksheet, but different activities to help them learn the vocabulary faster. So I hope this helped you with some ideas that you can use in your classroom. I'm going to put a link in the description of some different label and activity packs that I have for level 2 and level 3, and then some holiday ones since the holidays are coming up. I hope you have a great day. Happy teaching, and adios.